Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby. We got the birds up there. Hey, birds. Woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. 10 secrets Indigo people won't tell you. Uh-oh. There are a lot of Indigos right now diving deep. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? We have now. Now, Indigo, what am I talking about? Well, a lot of you already know because I've made videos on it, and this is a deep diving channel. But the parapsychologist Nancy Ann Tappy in the 60s started to see babies being born with an indigo aura. Now, these babies, as they were growing up, they had psychic abilities, clairvoyance, clairsentience, and indigo correlates to the Ajna chakra. We are talking about the third eye, which is intuition and higher awareness. Slow motion this side. So what did she see? She had synesthesia, which is where you see sounds. Can you imagine seeing sounds in the air? Cool. And you hear colors. Another notable person who has synesthesia is Pharrell Williams. Obviously, ever heard a Neptune beat? It's like, how did you do that? I'm still waiting for a beat, Pharrell. What's up? I'm happy, baby. Okay, so she started to see that these children coming to planet Earth were here to awaken planet Earth to a higher state of consciousness. They were here to be of service to humanity, to show humanity a better way away from fear and into the love paradigm, which is where we are right now. This is where the planet is moving to. Now, obviously, they went on to have children. Crystals had the rainbows, and many people are having a massive paradigm shift right now. You are having a massive awakening right now because we are in the age of Aquarius. We are in the information age, baby. So get ready for a rude awakening. Oh my days. Even the cat down the road is saying that. So what are the 10 secrets Indigo people won't tell you? Well, the first one is reality is not what it seems. Things aren't always what they seem. Now, I did a video a while back called 5 Signs You're in the 5th Dimension. It went viral. And look at it like this. If you are an ant, you only see things in planes, in one dimension, okay? A human being, we are 3D, okay? But we only see in 2D. So, to see in 3D, you would have to be in the 4th dimension. Slow motion this side. To see the 4th dimension, you would have to be in the 5th dimension. We are talking about to see a cube, you would need to be in a tesseract. Don't make me dive deep, baby. Let's keep it simple, okay? So there are levels to this. And reality, what we are seeing is only a very small amount of the electromagnetic spectrum. Visible light. We're not seeing X-rays. We're not seeing infrared. We are only seeing visible light, which doesn't even make up 1% of all there is. Once you start going into dark matter, you start to realize we know nothing about this planet. A lot of Indigo people have always felt, have you ever just felt there was something wrong with the world, but you didn't know what it was? Yeah. No, you didn't forget your keys at home. That's not it. But you just knew there was something fishy going on. You're a vegan, so that's definitely something wrong, right? And the reality we've been given Many indigos can see right through it because, once again, the indigo aura correlates to the third eye, which means a lot of people, even I talk to, I get over 1,000 questions every single day, messages. They write to me saying that, Ralph, I've always known from a young child there was something wrong with the world. People are desensitized on the planet, and indigos naturally know that. That is why they have a higher level of awareness. It doesn't mean that they are different. In fact, everybody in their natural state has access to the third eye and higher awareness. It's just that a lot of indigos, from a young age, they were switched on. And that's why sometimes it's very difficult going to school and you can see all of these exams and you're like, no. I just want to be with Ralph Smart in nature eating strawberries. Can we do that? Can we do that? Let's do it, baby. Okay, so reality is not what it seems. Indigo people know that we are creating reality based on our thoughts, actions, and beliefs. Therefore, indigo people know we are co-creators of our reality. Slow motion this side. Are you voting? So, the elections, they're always happening here and there, right? All around the world at different times. Indigo people know that you have to vote love. Because, like the great Krishnamurti said, have you ever wondered why we have leaders? Okay, you have to lead yourself, and that is what indigo people know so well. Hegel, okay, the philosopher, talked of the Hegelian dialectic, where you have a problem, the thesis, the reaction, and the solution. Problem, reaction, solution. So when you look at politics, indigo people already know that nobody is ever elected, people are selected, because once again, this is all a game. Okay? Once you have that higher awareness, you realize this is just like wrestling. It's just a comedy show, right? That's the whole joke. Okay? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Okay, so you have to lead yourself. You have to not vote for this, not vote for that, vote for love. Indigo people realize that we are at the cusp, in fact, it's already happening, of what we call the love revolution. Meaning, it's not my country is better than your country, my color is better than your. These are just illusions which you have bought into. Indigo people are laughing because, once again, they know that there is life everywhere. We can talk about the Lord of the Rings, okay? We can talk about deep information written even in fiction books, which are telling you about Middle Earth, Inner Earth, that you can't even imagine what is going on this planet. Okay, we're just concerned about who's gonna lead me and tell me what to do with my life. Why don't you lead your damn self? Slow motion this side. You gotta have a sense of humor, baby. What's the third secret? Indigo people won't tell you. 7-day vegan challenge. Yes, I posted what I was eating. You got to go to Snapchat to see what I'm eating every day. Get your inspirational tips there for food. Now, indigo people won't tell you that they see all life as precious. You love your dog, don't you? Yes. You love your cat. We love the cat down the road. But what about a pig, which actually shows a higher IQ than a dog? We'll come to that later. What about a cow, right? Which is such a beautiful animal. If you've ever seen one, ever been around one, you start to realize they have feelings, okay? And a lot of indigo people realize that if you torture an animal, that energy is actually transferred into your DNA. Thus, why there is so much fear on the planet, because these animals don't want to die. They're like, don't eat me. Oh, you already ate me. So you take on board all their fear, all their pain, and that is why the world is in a state of war. Slow motion this side. However, it's changing because Indigo people are part of the wave which aren't doing that. They are honoring animals. They're eating more plant-based foods, more electrical plant-based food. Shout out to Dr. Sabi, who really taught me more about that, right? Our bodies are electrical. We need to be eating high alkaline foods, avocados, asparagus, watercress. We need to juice up green juices, get the antioxidants going. Grapes, get the resveratrols going, right? Improve your cardiovascular. So Indigo people really realize that food is medicine, and animals, their life is just as precious as yours. Oh, but they want to be eaten, Ralph. We'll leave them there and see if they run away. If they stay, then I'll give you that one. But they'll run away if any chance they could. You need to see actually what's going on behind the slaughterhouses, right? I've been sharing for years and inspired millions of people to go vegan, okay? That's the power of the Indigo wave, baby. What's the fourth secret Indigo people won't tell you? A lot of people have been writing to me recently. I think it's time for another 11:11 video because they say I keep seeing numbers, and that is a clear sign that the third eye is opening even more. Okay, 11:11, 222 Ralph, 333 Ralph, 445566. Right? Why are you seeing these numbers? What we are talking about is that you are now seeing the glitch in the matrix. When we say 11:11, we are talking about the gates. We are talking about the binary zeros and ones. You are actually seeing that you are part of a holographic universe, in essence, a computer simulation. Now, what does that mean? It means this whole cosmos was made through an intricate design. There are no accidents, and everything happens for a reason. Slow motion this side. Can you keep up, baby? Can you keep up? Okay, so I started to see 3-3 a lot. Okay, 33 vertebrae. Okay, 33 is a Masonic number. Okay, so-called Jesus Christ died at 33. What we're actually talking about, that's a metaphor for ascending to higher consciousness. 2-2, we're talking about the master builder. 11:11, we're talking about the gates. You are now entering the world where anything is possible. You are now seeing the synchronicity of everything. Synchronicity, sin, together, chronos, time, happening at the same time. You are now seeing how everything is connected. What's number 5? Okay, you've seen that meme, right? Uncomfortable truths this way, comfortable lies that way. Which one are you going to go for? This is the question I'm asking you. Comfortable lies? Simple lies? Uncomfortable truths? Complicated truths? Which one are you going to go for? Choose quick, right? Too late, right? You were going to go with comfortable lies, right? That's what I went with along my early journey. I didn't want to hear it. I actually got awakened by a guy in a barber shop who gave me a book and said, read this, Ralph. I said, what is it about? He said, your whole life has been an entire lie. I said, oh, don't tell me that. He said, yeah. Started to read it, nearly fell out of my chair, right? So nobody wants to really dive into the truth. A lot of people don't want to do it because it's going to make you feel really uncomfortable. You want the truth, you can't handle it. Well, here's the truth about the truth. The truth will set you free. And in the end, you feel so much more happier. Indigo people know that the truth will set you free. They know that it's going to make you very uncomfortable to realize that much of what you've been taught in school is part of an indoctrination program. Don't worry about it. I know it's getting me all emotional, right? Don't worry about it, right? Today is a new day, okay? But think of it like this, okay? There are so many people who just want to go on living a lie. And that was me for a little bit. then I got major wake-up calls, right? They just want to live a lie like everything is rosy, and it is rosy, but at the same time, you can't run from the truth. It's going to find you. And you're going to be in for a rude awakening if you don't start diving into the truth now about who you are, what you came here to do, and what the cat down the road came here to do, baby. Okay? So the truth will set you free. That's what Indigo people know. Okay? Now, let's talk about number 6. Indigo people know that sometimes the journey can feel very alone. You might feel very alone on the journey, very lonely, okay? Because as you are awakening, what is happening? Where did everyone go? You're losing friends, right? But you're finding new connections, in essence, your true reflections. But you see, a lot of people, Indigo people, a lot of Indigo children who have this massive awakening, they have it when they're still really plugged into the matrix, meaning that it's very lonely sometimes, because certain times your friends, they don't even know who you are. They don't even know what you're thinking about. So it's initiation where you go into the wilderness of finding who you are, unraveling these truths, these mysteries about the planet, and then coming into your authenticity. And now you become the wave, the influential wave, right? I started to talk about this stuff years ago, and look at us right now. We are at the forefront, inspiring millions of people, because right now on the planet, this is what people want. Why? Because this is the age of Aquarius. This is where the hidden comes to the light. Slow motion this side. We are never alone. The universe always sends someone. That's what Indigo people won't tell you. Right? You might think I'm depressed, I'm anxious. Separation is ego, it's an illusion. Everything is connected. But yes, certain times, because you're diving so deep, you might find yourself isolated, alone. But you will find people the more you start to share who you are. I just dive deep. I don't even have a filter. I don't even care what people think, because I'm already living in infinite abundance. I never have to go to work again in my life, right? I made it. Where, Ralph? Where did you make it? In nature. Okay? So Indigo people, they get so happy when they find their community, their tribe, people who resonate with what they're talking about and who don't laugh at them when they say, actually, your thoughts probably aren't yours. Yeah, they get it too, right? What's number 7? Indigo people have flashbacks of being in a distant land. Okay, a lot of Indigos have memories of being in Lemuria, Atlantis, okay, places which don't even have names, okay? Places which were wiped out of the history books that once existed on planet Earth. So when we talk of films like The Avatar, these are actually true tales of how once upon a time, everybody on the planet was in tune with nature, living in harmony. We are living in an altered landscape. We are living in what Bob Marley, the concrete jungle, where we're not even living in an artificial environment. Okay, so the environment we're living in, we think is normal, when it's actually not. At one point, everything was lush forests. Okay, even the trees on planet Earth were giant. They were huger than they are right now. So we don't even know what planet Earth looked like. This is what Indigo people know, because they are able to go out of body, they're able to astral travel, they're able to access the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th dimension, higher consciousness. In essence, they are able to go beyond. Slow motion this side. Don't make me go there. Past life regression. A lot of Indigo people start meeting people and they know these people from somewhere else. They know that energy. It's familiar. So once again, I used to get flashbacks of being in Egypt, right? Then I started to realize, okay, I get it. I was in Egypt doing great things like saying, "Can I get a hello?" And that's how the pyramids went up, through sound of me saying that, right? Okay, they are aware that they have lived many times and they will be here forever because no one ever really dies. We are immortal energy in human form, having this human experience. What's number 8, baby? Indigo people, the 8th secret Indigo people won't tell you, wait for it, is that there is more to life. Life isn't just about a 9 to 5. You wake up, you eat breakfast, you go to work, you do your work, you come up. Isn't that already making you feel a bit tired? Don't worry about it. Happened to me along my early journey. I used to work 12-hour days. I used to go into work, come out, and then go back into work, right? What was I living? What kind of lifestyle? Nobody knows, right? A lifestyle of slavery. Indigo people know we came here ultimately to be happy. That is all we are here for. That's why children just want to have fun. They give them a toy, they're happy, they're playing, they're smiling. And when you take that toy away from them, they're crying. Give it back to them right now. Give it back. Give it back to them, right? We've forgotten that we're not just here to work a 9 to 5. We are here to become our greatest versions and access our highest potential. So yes, we need to work, but we need to work in a lifestyle that serves us and serves others in a healthy way. Most people are dying for a paycheck, for the mean green. You sold your soul for money, and now nothing's funny. You like that little rap? Don't make me freestyle right now. I'm gonna do a freestyle for you in nature soon, baby. Wait for it. Time to go back into the booth, right? Spit a hot 16. Now, they know there's more to life. It's not just about being in an office all day, okay? Indigo people are like, I want to travel. I want to see what planet Earth is really about. So a lot of Indigos are all about having more newer experiences. Now, I studied psychology at 17. I was in university, reading under the great masters of psychology, right? You got people like Maslow, who talked of transcenders. This is another word for indigo, right? He talked of transcenders as being a small percentage of the population who has reached a higher level of awareness. In essence, they've tapped a higher level of EQ, emotional intelligence, which is even more important than IQ, okay? So Carl Rogers, the great psychologist, talked of the fully functioning human being, right? In his client-centered approach to counseling. These are other words for indigo people who have accessed the beyond and tapped into the field because they know there is more to life. Number 9, the 9th secret indigo people won't tell you is that we came here to help. That's it. Shout out to all the people on Instagram who are sharing like wake up messages for humanity, helping humanity in a great way on Snapchat, on ralphsmart.com, on any website you can imagine, who are writing, who have websites, making people move more into the love frequency. Now, once again, indigo people know that love isn't just about peaches and cream. You need the balance, right? The yin and the yang, the dark and the light, which are in essence one, but you need that perfect balance. The problem is we've gone so lopsided where people who know they're here to help the planet aren't even doing their job. They're still working and perpetuating the illusion. So I made a choice, right, in 2011 to say, I'm not going to work here anymore. I'm going to start doing what I love. and get paid for it. You see, the Indigo people, these are the people who are in the Silicon Valley, right? They're building your technology, okay? They gave you the internet because Indigo people are all about connecting people together. So Indigo people are balling right now, right? They are loaded, right? So you can still be spiritual and still live in abundance, right? You can still be spiritual and still live in abundance. How do I know? Because I'm doing it. The perfect fusion of both worlds, material and spiritual. They came here to help, to raise the vibration. That's why a lot of Indigo people, physiotherapists, doctors, nurses, right? They are helping people through their health, through their nutritionists, right? Eat better, live better, feel better, baby. Okay? And number 10, the 10th secret Indigo people won't tell you is that nature is the only answer, baby. Nature, in fact, is the last hope for humanity. Okay? That's what the Avatar film was all about. Nature is the last hope because nature is our original home. Change is here on the planet. How do we know this? Because more people are awakening more than ever. More information is being shared more than ever. So nature being the original technology, there was a time when you would just interface with nature and it would take you somewhere. You can still do that through an out-of-body experience, right? In nature, in a peaceful environment. Nature gives us food. It gives us everything, right? So Gaia, Mother Goddess Earth, is in trouble because human beings aren't respecting it. It will always be here, but it's getting worried for its children who are very mischievous and misbehaving. But it's just laughing, right? Gaia is laughing because it knows you're going to come back to nature. And that's why I had to come back to nature. And once I came back to nature, I started to live in infinite abundance. And that's what Indigo people know. They know that we've built so much around nature that we've forgotten that we actually came from nature. And that's where we're heading back to. Well, I'm in nature, baby. And it feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Have a beautiful day. We're out here. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Infinite waters. Diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. You.